Tomorrow is World Mental Health Day. While issues like anxiety and depression are getting more attention, loneliness and social isolation can still be hard to talk about. Dr. Kumar is on call with why being lonely can have such an impact on physical health and well-being. So good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Estimated that 1 out of 2 people experience measurable loneliness. That's a huge number.
It's incredible. The crisis of loneliness is one of the biggest challenges of our time. A recent new advisory from the Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, found that loneliness, or people that are lacking those connections, are at increased risk for premature death, about 26%. That's comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. We're seeing this across all age groups. With older adults, it's generally related to a change in life circumstances, but for young people, this young generation has 70% less social interactions than generations that preceded them. Social media is thought to play a role here because often it's used in place of regular in-person interactions.
And what happens to the body when you feel lonely?
Well, loneliness reframes your entire brain. So when you're experiencing chronic loneliness, neurotransmitters in your brain go haywire. Your prefrontal cortex shrinks. That's the part of the brain related to cognition, social interactions, and your amygdala, which is the part of the brain related to fear, goes in overdrive. And that's why people that feel lonely not only feel sad, but they feel threatened. They feel like they're in danger. A recent study from University of Chicago actually found that people who are lonely stand further away from the crowd when they're in social situations. So lonely people want to connect, but these changes in the brain make it difficult for them to feel comfortable in social situations.
So what does loneliness put us at risk for physically?
Well, mood disorders at the top of the list, social anxiety, depression, insomnia, a 37% increased risk in Parkinson's disease, 50% increased risk in dementia, 29% increased risk in cardiac disease, 30% increased risk in stroke, and then a tendency for unhealthy lifestyle choices. Poor diet, smoking, sedentary lifestyle. I mean, it's really a biological phenomena with multiple downstream effects.
What can people do to feel less lonely?
Okay, well, this is a public health issue at this point, so there are societal scale interventions that government is proposing, reframing the way we treat technology, creating infrastructure that brings people together, like more parks and more green spaces, and even having healthcare workers screen for loneliness. However, on an individual level, being lonely doesn't have to be a permanent state. Practicing mindfulness can be really helpful. Connect with people more. Instead of texting, pick up the phone and talk. Hear a human voice. Use social media for entertainment, but not in place of in-person interactions. And then go in real life. I mean, we live in a world where you can work from home, you can get your lunch, your dinner, all your groceries delivered to your home, and you never have to see another human being. But when you go in real life, that's when we connect and feel less lonely.
Dr. Kumar, thank you so much. Such good advice.